Now, narcissists do a lot of evil things, but one of the things that really cemented in my mind that this is not a good person, that this person has a lot of ill intention in their mind and body, is the fact that they seek out revenge. They seek out revenge on people who do nothing but treat them well. You see, the narcissist plays these mental gymnastics in their mind, and you could do everything right for them, and you've seen it. You were probably one of the best, if not the best person this narcissist ever met, but they still found a way to devalue you. They still found a way to hurt you. You could have pure intentions with a narcissist. You could tell them, I love you. But in their weird, messed up mind, they start to think, I love you. That this person is probably they're saying this to manipulate me. He's actually out to get me. And then they start devaluing you. That's how insane a narcissist mind actually is. This is why narcissists are incredibly dangerous people. And as soon as they feel you have wronged them, even as I've just explained, even if you've done nothing wrong, they find a reason to hate you, and now they're out for revenge. They're gonna seek to hurt you in honestly the worst way possible, because when you first met the narcissist, they studied you. They studied all your characteristics, the good and the bad. And narcissists, through experience, not because they're smart, but through experience, they have the capacity to hurt you in your most deepest, insecurest wounds, and they're going to go after whatever it is that you're the most insecure about, whatever it is that's going to hurt you the most. You'll see that narcissist is going to, stick their finger in that wound. This is a very terrifying place to be in. I've been there myself. You're wondering, I've done nothing but treat this person well. Why do they want revenge on me? It's a very confusing state of mind to be in. This person that you thought loved you all of a sudden has turned on you. Someone you thought was going to be with you the rest of your life. Someone you thought was just a friend, someone who actually just you thought cared about you, all of a sudden is seeking out revenge. They are hurting you in whatever way possible. And unfortunately, because they gave us that fake love in the beginning, and now they've taken it away from us, we've been conditioned into that trauma bond, and we sometimes get stuck in this loop, this toxic cycle of, well, because this is what the narcissist does. They try to blame you for, their wrongdoings, and you get stuck in this cycle of trying to fix things because you're a good person, because you're confusing them for a normal person. You now are trying to say, well, the narcissist is blaming me. What did I do wrong? And you keep trying to fix it and fix it. And this is when the narcissist gets you. This is when whatever way they choose to hurt you, that's when you're most vulnerable, because you're trying to give and repair something that's already broken and unfixable. And that's when they take from you. That's when they steal from you. That's when they break your heart. That's when they unalive you. The narcissist is incredibly dangerous, and they go through these moments of narcissistic rage, of splitting, where they have this very black and white thinking of thinking you go from being, because it's a common misconception that the narcissist doesn't love you in the beginning. They do have this. It's not love, real love. It's an obsession, and they're obsessed with you. You might be their main supply, and they really think highly of you, right? Like as an object, at least. But then that switch flips in their mind, and now you are their worst enemy. Now you're out to get them. And when someone is in a state that delusional, you got to think, most people's minds don't work that way. Does your mind work that way? Are you just happy one moment and then all of a sudden you flip a switch and you're really angry, right? You don't do that with people. You do it, but and there's always a factual reason, and it happens gradually, right? Like if you begin to hate someone, it's not like just one minute you're in love with them and then the next minute you absolutely hate them and you're going into a rage, calling them every name in the book. That's not how normal people work. This is a disordered person, and when they're in that state, it's almost like a state of psychosis. They are capable of ungodly, awful things, and it's very dangerous to be around them. what really got me out of trying to seek the narcissist's approval, what really got me out of this, because after, the relationship with the narcissist is typically very on and off. And as long as you keep forgiving them, as long as you keep excusing all these awful things they do to you, we're going to keep going back to them. When I was able to clear my mind and see what was happening for what it is, which is abuse, when I could more clearly see that someone who actually loves you isn't going to hurt you and seek out revenge on you, that's when and it wasn't fast, like I've been in that same situation all of you have been in. Slowly but surely, as you go no contact, as you start to separate your emotions and the love you thought you had for this person from what's actually happening, because love is very blinding, and trauma bonds are very blinding, and whatever, and all the things that narcissists do are forms of deception. They are pathological liars, and you don't have to feel shame and blame yourself and hate yourself for what happened. This happens to all type of people. It happens to smart people, successful people. It happens to people of all kinds. But admittedly, I understand there are those people who it might be a generational curse kind of thing where they don't really have too much play in it. But at times we have to understand that when we get stuck in these spells with a narcissist, there is a part we play in it, whether it's to a large degree or a small degree. There is a part of our mind that isn't accepting what's going on, whether it's conscious or subconscious, because some people don't know, some people aren't aware. Like I wasn't aware. I've heard the word narcissism before, but I never really knew that this level of evil existed in the world, and that was a big part of just healing it and getting away from all the revenge seeking and all of the hurt, is accepting that there are some very evil people in this world. And honestly, even like I explained at the beginning, even when you do all the right things, these people are so lost, they're so controlled by these evil forces that they're going to seek to hurt you. Just like there's people out there, you've met those jealous people. That's a big part of narcissism, jealousy, and those people that hate you just because you're doing better than them. It's a very low, weak state of mind, and you have to distance yourself from these people in order to see what's going on, because when you're around them, when you keep interacting with them, those emotional parts of ourselves, those good parts of ourselves, they give in, because we're just those type of people. If you just distance yourself from the narcissist, and it's going to be slow going, but with time you'll begin to see that, wow, I was really under this almost hypnotic spell with the narcissist. What they were doing to me was not right, and the only reason I allowed it to keep happening was because I was so emotionally invested, and that wasn't allowing me to see the logical reality of the situation.